So when we think about the two-generation approach, my 13-year-old daughter says sort of, that's so simple, Mom, because at the heart, it's really about thinking about children and parents together. When we think about the growing, the huge spike of women-headed families, and we think about the challenges about that, how much more sense it makes to think about mother and child together. So for us, that means education. How do we bring early education and post-secondary together, post-secondary education? How do we think about the supports that you need, the social capital, and about really the health and well-being? So for us at the Aspen Institute, we partner, we're looking at LIFT. LIFT is, lifting off, incredible work. We are tracking over 100 models across the country, both supporting them through bringing them together, technical assistance and training. And I don't know whether now is the time to maybe share one example of that.
Please.
But before that, I think as we're also raising our, tipping our hat to Maria, I think for us, when we go back to the first sort of architects of the two-generation approach, I really think it started probably at the Shriver kitchen table with Eunice and Sergeant Shriver thinking about the beginning of Head Start and a lot of their early work. And so I'm just, we're just working on 2.0 here. And when we think about 2.0, I think it's really important for us to be quite adaptive in how the world has changed. We heard about in the past panels all the changes that have happened in our societies and families. So for us, let's just take Head Start, building on Kirsten's comment. There's an amazing program in Tulsa, Oklahoma. A group of citizens came together and said, we want to break poverty here in Tulsa. How did they start? They knitted together through CAP Tulsa, which is a community action agency, knitted together a network of Head Starts across Tulsa. They said, we're going to give every kid everything we can, every best practice, every evidence practice, every promising program. Pull it together. They said, we're only going to go so far if we're just dealing with that child. When the mother comes and some of the fathers come to drop that child off, we lose them. So they created a program for the mothers and fathers. While the kids were in Head Start, they found a way to work with them to create a coaching circle, to get them into Tulsa Tech, the community college, as a cohort, in a way that they could have a schedule where they could keep their job, pick up their kids, go to school, found some partners, and also some employers who also said, we're going to employ these parents. And while we're going to also think, as was mentioned on our early panel, we want to stick with these parents because we know that for some of the women on the brink, a broken car, you miss a day at work. And no, let's not fire that mom whose car breaks down, but let's have a carpool system to pick her up, get her to work on time, and then get the car fixed. So at its heart, two-generation approach is really thinking about children and parents. Let's double down and get better permanent results.
Is that